I'm Craig Sigl, the mental toughness trainer for youth athletes, and I specialize in helping youth athletes master the pressure to get to that next level in their sport. And I wanted to share with you 4 simple strategies youth athletes can use to master that pressure. So the next time they're heading into a highly stressful, pressure-packed situation, they are mentally ready and prepared for it. Strategy number 1. They need to practice being in pressure in their imagination. So when they experience it in real life, they are ready. Before going to sleep at night or while daydreaming throughout the day, they should imagine being in a high-pressure situation and coming through with flying colors. Pre-living in as much detail as possible how they want to be thinking at that critical moment of truth. They want to practice using positive self-talk like, I can do this. I'm a clutch player. I want the ball. Give me the ball. Imagine being intense but not nervous. Passionate yet calm. Strategy number 2. They need to decide to focus on the physical aspects of the game that make them successful. And they do this by concentrating their mind on the keys to good skill execution and the game plan that the coach has designed. And they've got to stop thinking about winning and losing. You see, your mind's like a computer with a lot of computing power, and you've got to give it something positive to do. And this is what distracts it away from the thoughts that create pressure. Keeping the mind busy stops it from going negative on you. Pressure isn't real. It's something that you create from your thinking. It comes or goes by making a choice on what you decide to focus on. Keep your focus on your strategy, routines, and game plan to defeat pressure. Strategy number 3. Master the fear by being in the present moment. Think about it for a second. Fear in sports does not exist in the present moment. It gets created by thinking about past mistakes or worrying about possible future failures. Anytime an athlete feels fear, they need to get into the present by directing their attention to their 5 senses. For instance, feeling the floor, the ground underneath their feet, hearing the noises in the room or the gym, seeing their teammates playing the game, using your eyes. It can be very powerful if practiced regularly. It can be done anywhere and anytime, and especially at crunch time in competition, and instantly you'll feel that pressure just fade away when you get in the present moment. Now the final strategy is to understand that it's an and world. Now what does that mean? It means that the athlete accepts what they're feeling and stops fighting it. So how do you do this? Well, you say to yourself something like, wow, look at that. I'm feeling some pressure. That's interesting. Well, I'm kind of curious about that. Well, guess what? I can feel this pressure and come through with a stellar performance. I can feel this fear and still do what I need to do to win. Now, all of us have experienced times in our lives where we felt scared and did it anyway. Well, saying the word and, it allows your mind to just go with it instead of fighting it. Even the greatest athletes in the world feel pressure, and they still go out and win while feeling it. You can too. So I hope you can now see how important it is to learn, develop, and practice your mental skills. Now these strategies will work, but to really see big changes in your athlete's performance, it's critical that they get this knowledge from their heads and into their bodies. And to make this happen, I created a special Master the Pressure guided visualization for your athletes. Let them listen before their next big game or event and watch their performance skyrocket. And just enter your email in the sign-up box to get the guided visualization and get them started. They can listen to it on their computer, their cell phone, or their iPod, whenever and wherever it works for them. For you parents, I put together the 10 Commandments to be a great sports parent. This is an ebook that gives you answers on how to talk to your kids after a loss and other great tips for parents. You and your athlete will also get a lot more mental toughness tips like this from me. So put your email in the sign-up box and let's get started now. I'm Craig Sigl, the mental toughness trainer for youth athletes. Welcome to the winner's circle, and let's master that pressure.
So I've seen this completely false quote floating around in various social media that says that you can't learn mental toughness. And I used to get angry when I saw it, but now I smile because I know that those who ignore that and actually work on their mental game, they're giving themselves a huge advantage, and I'm the one to teach them. That is you, right? Anyway, the great news is that I'm here to tell you that becoming confident and focused is no different than learning the fundamental physical skills any athlete learns for a sport. You just have to work a few mental drills, and over time, your mind strength will become automatic for you, just like any other skill. Also, just like any coach, there are many drills I could teach you to improve your game, but here are my top 5 that any athlete should work on if they want that competitive advantage. See, the great thing about mental toughness training for sports is that you can do it anywhere. You don't have to wait until competition in order to work on your mind. Now here they are in no particular order. 1, mental practice. Now other trainers call this visualization, but I don't really like that word visualization. Why is that? Because a lot of people are not visual, and that's okay. You do not need to be visual in order to get the benefits. Now I teach the details of this in my programs, but the bottom line here is that athletes make 2 mistakes with this. They don't do it enough, and they are too vague in general with what they want to achieve. Get more detailed and specific in your mental practice. Second tool, get present. Now this is also very underrated as a skill, but can easily be improved upon. Here's what you do. Multiple times a day, take your attention to what your 5 senses are taking in to get into the present moment. Why? Why do you want to do this present moment stuff? Because fear cannot exist in the present moment unless you are faced with some physical danger right here, right now. Fear is our biggest enemy in sports. Mental tool number 3, use a mantra. Create a sentence or a few words or even maybe just one word that you repeat often to yourself multiple times a day. And it's something that means something to you about your ability to compete at your best or your confidence. For example, I never give up, or I work harder than anyone else. Say this to yourself dozens of times a day until you believe it wholeheartedly. Mental skill number 4, letting go. You know, undesirable things happen to us every day in our life. Make it a conscious practice to reduce the time between when those bad things happen and when we can move on. Now, I have specific tools and tactics to do that. But you want to make it a habit to verbally forgive yourself when you make mistakes that cause those undesirables. Sports are about who handles making mistakes the best. Build resiliency with this practice. That's really all you ever need to succeed at anything. Resiliency. Tool number 5, practice your ability to focus. Multiple times a day, pick something to stare at and time yourself for how long you can focus on that thing without any other thoughts creeping in. See, the ability to focus is like a muscle that gets stronger by using weight training. You get better and better by working on this as a daily habit. You know, most sports, you only need a very short time for intense focus, and you can strengthen this ability really easily with that simple drill I just gave you. There you have it. It's not so much about doing it right. I hear people ask me this all the time. You know, like you have to do with physical skill development. It's about having an intention and getting your reps in. Let's do this. I'm Craig Sigl, your mental toughness trainer, and you can learn mental toughness.